Hello, welcome to this Thursday session. We're back again. Hello, marketeers. Like how the normal norm goes, we'll be starting with the AI news. And for those who's very new to this session, I've just put across the WhatsApp community QR as well if you would like to join our WhatsApp community. But let's quickly begin with the AI news without any further ado. Um, Cool. So Nano Banana has been on the trend for the past week. And I think as a marketer myself, I've seen a lot of videos about Nano Banana at this point. So let's quickly see what are the different updates that has come across. Is my screen visible? Okay, then great. Let's go. So people have integrated Nano Banana along with Anytin, and they have started creating a UGC content factory. That's not a small thing. Like people are releasing a lot of videos in a day, and these are actually good quality videos. I'm pretty sure you guys know that before there were a lot of other tools that has come across like Hicksfield and everything like that, through which people used to do a lot of UGC videos. But right now, Nano Banana has taken it way further. Let's see how that has happened as well and what's the biggest improvement. um and Kling AI as well. So Kling AI was already there in the market, but they've come up with few advanced features, which is pretty impressive. So you can just put an image and you can give a background, like you can see in this example, and it creates an entire video out of it. So now the beauty comes where you bring Nano Banana's realism to Kling's advanced features as well. So people are creating one of the best creations, as you can see over here. You can just say that this is the person I want to keep here, this is the person I want to keep there, can you please create a video about this person. If you see this video, actually you can understand. Let's just take a minute to watch it. Like you can see, people are using tools like FreePick where they can include both Nano Banana and Kling and bring out these wonderful videos. So that's a beautiful thing that has come across. But given all of these features, we also have a lot of people using Claude Code for marketing. uh, you know when you listen to Claude Code, the first thing that you think about is a command prompt, like I said in my previous video as well. But it's amazing how we see a lot of people using the sub agents and agents concept and doing the entire Claude Code. Actually, today during the session, Nupur will also give you a rundown of how we are using it, but in the ChatGPT way. So let's have a look at what he's doing. Like he has explained, he's gone through the Claude major agent plus sub agents, and he's made different agents which does the SEO optimization, which does the competitor analysis, which does A/B testing. So imagine if he needs to create a blog, he just calls the agents that he requires, and then it makes the complete blog out of it. And naturally, Claude has the MCP integration, which came long ago. So using Claude Code, you can integrate with Ahrefs, Zapier, and various other platforms like how he's mentioned here. And it makes your life so much more easier as a marketer. I think it's a must have for most of us who are into content generation. And the last but not the least, we have GenSpark AI Designer. They've come up with some of the most cool features that I've seen. A lot of launches by small companies. They're doing it through GenSpark AI Designer. I've been seeing a lot of tweets around it. So maybe it's something that we can go and try and we can see. I mean, internally also we've tried a few graphics because we had a convention. We did go and try and see if there is some posters, brochures, and all those sort of things if we can make through this. So do give it a try and let us know how it works for you. That's all from the AI news side. Without any further ado, again, I would like to introduce Nupur, our marketeer from the team, who will be getting into ChatGPT, custom GPTs, and a lot of things around that. So, Nubur, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Shruti. I hope I'm audible, everyone. Uh, very warm welcome and hello to all who have joined uh, this evening. It's a pleasure. So, before we dive into this topic and how to use custom GPTs, I would actually like to have a raise of hands. Like how many people here actually use custom GPT or have tried using custom GPT in their day-to-day workflows? Yeah, I can see a few hands. That's amazing.
That's a lot of hands.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. So that's great to hear that there are few people here who are already using custom GPTs. Now, let me go back and ask how many people here use ChatGPT projects on a day-to-day basis. More hands. I can see more hands with projects. That's amazing as well. So, just to make this a little bit more interactive, if someone from the people who've raised their hands who are using projects can just unmute and let me know what are the pain points or what sort of issues do you encounter with projects. I would love if someone could volunteer so we can actually get the motion in place and we can have this as an interactive session instead of me just speaking up.
I guess projects have the limits actually.
Okay.
So because there might be how many chats you can do, and then there is a token limit there, even in ChatGPT Plus as well. Yeah, yeah. So I think
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Apart from that, except for usage limits, do you come across any sort of other limits, like maybe in terms of context sharing
Yes,
or something like that?
some hallucination occurs actually. Means
Right.
if there are some say I have given the context of my writing style and all everything.
Right.
So sometimes it follows, sometimes it is not.
Great. So
So
that's bang on actually. Like the hallucination part. More than hallucination, what I would call it is when you're using a project, your project is a dump of a lot of rough ideas, a lot of brainstorming that you've done, for your project. And of course, you're constantly sort of updating your strategy or you're updating the context, you're getting in new information, you're putting that into project and doing all of this just sometimes goes haywire, and then your project starts giving you answers that uh, you might not be happy with, or not, it's not exactly what you want. So this is why we came across custom GPTs, and we realized that using custom GPTs for very specific parts of your work is actually much better, because that custom GPT is trained on a certain context itself, and it has a specialized way of responding. Like for example, we have built a we have built a few custom GPTs that act like sub agents of our team. Okay, so we have one custom GPT, and I'm also going to get into the demo of this and show you the actual GPT that we have created, and we can probably try out a few prompts on how it responds, right? But to just set a little bit of context here is that with custom GPTs, what we have noticed and what I have noticed so far is that if I want a sub agent that is specialized in just, let's say, copywriting or copy reviewing, so that custom GPT, I can train it and it acts really well, in just doing that work, and does not uh, get bombarded with too much information or hallucinate for different projects. Or let's say if I'm running different campaigns at once, but I want to ensure that the brand guidelines, the brand consistency, and the brand tone is there, then that GPT would really help me in ensuring all of that without getting confused due to that bombardment of all the information that we have. So let me just share my screen. and show you how a custom GPT that we have built looks like. So I'm going to actually go through two custom GPTs today that we have built, which are, I think, great examples of how marketeers can use, GPTs for such specific purposes. So the first GPT that I would like to actually dive into is the marketing copy doctor. I guess there's some internet issue. Let me just.
Yeah, there's an internet issue.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you can see this custom GPT over here. So we've built this marketing copy doctor, which is basically like a reviewer as well as a GPT that ensures that all the content that you're writing with GPT or coming up with, and it can be for any sort of campaign, right? So this is how it gives you flexibility. Even if you have different campaigns, if you have built a custom GPT, which is like your sub agent, and acts like your reviewer and the perfect content guideline. It ensures all the perfect content guidelines and brand guidelines. You can use it across campaigns and ensure that it sticks to your tonality, the kind of voice, the kind of messaging that you use as a brand or as a company. So if I had to get a little bit about how we built this GPT, so it is actually pretty easy, and I'm sure a lot of you have used it. But these are some of the things that we as a team keep in mind in marketing, is that the instruction set is always very clear and precise. And if you see, we have a very detailed instruction set that we give to custom GPT, so that it does not hallucinate, and it also follows proper guardrails while executing some of the prompts, or like executing whatever we are asking it to. So I think instruction set is something that is very important when you're creating a custom GPT. Apart from that, of course, giving it the right knowledge base. These are some of the basic practices that you have to ensure with your custom GPT, because it is going to work as your sub agent across campaigns, across projects, and you can use it for whatever sort of copywriting, copy reviewing work that you're doing. Again, here you can choose a model, but we have best realized that instead of choosing a specific model, you should let ChatGPT choose its own model. And also, I think GPT-5 thinking is also a great model to work with custom GPT. So it really, varies, or really depends on the kind of GPT you're creating and what your use case is. The best part about custom GPT again here is that it has certain tool capabilities. Like, for example, it has web search, canvas, image generation, code interpreter, and data analysis as well. Now I think the question would be that why can't we use this in projects? You can of course use it in projects, but with projects, again, as I said, that your project is very specific to a certain campaign, or let's say a certain topic that you're speaking about, and does not necessarily act as your sub agent. So imagine that you have hired an intern, right, in your team. So you would be giving your intern all the relevant tools that are needed for it to work. So a custom GPT is just something like that. So right, so this was something that we built, and now here comes something that is very much handy for us. Now I have this campaign going on called 14-day feature release at Flightbase. Now the best part is I can just call the agent over here. Yeah, I can just call the sub agent, which is my custom GPT over here, which is the marketing copy doctor, and I can just prompt it to write a script for, let's say, one too many operations, which is an update in the Flightbase dashboard. And once I go to the releases.flightbase.com, yeah. And all I have to do is give it all the right resources. And yes, I can be assured that the marketing copy doctor is going to write a proper script as per the campaign while ensuring that it's following my, brand guidelines, the messaging that we actually, follow. So we'll just see what it pulls up. So you can see that it thinks itself, the sub-agent, since we have given it press releases, landing page examples, blog examples, we have not given it a script example, but still it understands that this isn't a PR landing page or blog, but the right fit is a product explainer script, which is usable for a product video. And that is exactly what this campaign is about. And then you can see that it will create an entire script within just a few minutes. Right. So this is one of the use cases in how, within your projects, you can use a custom GPT. And as I mentioned, and I think it's a very important point, that once you create a custom GPT, you can use it across projects. So the right way or the best use case for a custom GPT would be if you want to ensure consistency related to something, but maintain that across different projects, you could, switch to custom GPT for that specific purpose. Another good example for this would be creating a GTM engineer custom GPT. Now, why this? Because imagine you have multiple projects or multiple campaigns, or let's say there is a new market that your company wants to open. Like for me right now, I use this GTM engineer GPT to brainstorm, get ideas, and as well as do a few things for the Middle East market. So I just, gave the instruction sets as per that to this custom GPT. And based on that, now what I can do with this is, let's say I want to build an outbound sequence for UAE fintechs. These are just a few prompters, of course, based on your company, your industry, what industry you are targeting. You can build this GTM engineer, and you can build like outbound sequences, or let's say just quickly you want to review a partner pitch or like a proposal for one of the partners, for one of the companies that you're pitching to. So you can just quickly come to this GTM engineer GPT. You can give that proposal and you can ask to tailor it, refine it. And the best part is it would remember what the strategy is for this specific region, this market, or for a specific project. So that kind of consistency is very important, like especially for GTM things, because you want to ensure that you're consistently following a specific messaging, because that works for the market or that works for that specific project. And you want to ensure that whoever is working on a specific task or a project ensures that the strategy is aligned with what is discussed before the start of the campaign. So I think that is something that is pretty useful for a lot of marketeers, I feel, especially for us as a team. And another thing that using custom GPT helps is the flexibility and the accessibility part. So now imagine I have built this GTM. Okay, I have given it all the specific resources. I have given it my meeting notes that me and one of my peers or maybe one of my seniors have had, and we have comprehensively come up with a strategy, which is a PDF document. So I can just feed it to this custom GPT, and then I can share this link with anyone in my team who is probably working on a new market or a new project. And whatever they come up with and whatever tasks they do, if they want to review a specific pitch deck or a proposal, they can just use this GPT as compared to the accessibility part of projects. Because if you want to access a specific project, you would have to log in into a different account where the project is made. But with custom GPT, anyone in your entire team will be able to use it, and while ensuring, of course, the full context is there. So that's another thing how we are using this custom GPT. And based on this, actually, we've built, outbound sequences. If I had to show you a little bit, we use Lemlist as a tool. So it helped me, this GPT helped me create an entire, outbound sequence for the Middle East market. Fine. While the internet loads, I would actually like to take a few questions if there are any.
Hi, Nupur.
Yes, Tarun?
Nupur, I just had a question. I mean, I already have a agent prepared for this. I mean, you are calling it a custom GPT. But let's say for paid version that I'm having basic version of $20 plan. So how many custom GPTs I can make? I mean, is it something that only you can make one this kind of a GPT, or you can make
No.
multiple GPTs?
No, so within your login, I mean within your subscription, as you can see, we have itself created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 standard custom GPTs that we can use consistently across different campaigns. So since marketing reviewer or a marketing copy generator is pretty standard, right? It's like I've hired a content writer in my team. Now I'm asking it to kind of write content for multiple campaigns or like for multiple projects. So it's just like that. So there is no limit as such in terms of how many GPTs you can create. Not that I have hit, but of course it comes from the fact that we have currently 5 custom GPTs in our team.
Okay. So
Yes.
from where I can, I mean, sorry to ask, but from where we can make this custom GPT? Because I already have one, the one you are using. So I have made it as SDR assistant.
Okay. Can you repeat that again actually?
So I already have one this kind of GPT that I have made. It is I call it as Metadata SDR assistant.
Right.
So I have shared that link with 5 people. So they are using it for content generation, like sequence creation, LinkedIn sequence creation,
Right.
and all that part. But I want to create, let's say, one more GPT. So from where I can do that? I mean, is it from?
I'll quickly show it to you on my screen. I hope it's still visible. So once you go to your left sidebar on ChatGPT, just click on GPTs and go to create. Now within create, there are actually 2 options. I like to use the create option wherein I can just prompt ChatGPT to create the custom GPT for myself. So I will just tell it what my goal is. I'll type it out. I'll prompt it over here that create a custom GPT for generating content across multiple campaigns, ensure brand. So you get it, right? Like the prompt, of course, has to be thought through, but once you give it a prompt, it will just make that entire custom GPT, and it is actually pretty easy.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Right. So that's one way you can do it. Or else if you want more control and you want to configure it yourself, there's of course the configure tab where you can fill out all the pre-filled fields and ensure upload your files, make sure the GPT has all the relevant capabilities that you want to have. Yeah.
So this is a basic plan you are having, right? Or business plan? I mean, the individual one plan?
This is a plus plan. This is a plus plan. We use it as a team currently because we're only 3 people in the team. We use it as one login, but we actually work with the business development and the solution engineering team as well, and they have separate logins. So while sharing context with them, sometimes they are also creating proposals. So they come to us ki, please review karke de do, like please review this copy for us. So now we just ask them ki, please use this GPT, tell it to review the content, and it will refine it for you.
Okay, got it. So I mean, basically, I'm using the individual plan. So I might not see that option of creating a GPT, but actually I'm using one of the GPT that I have created.
Okay.
So no problem. Thank you.
I think with a plus plan, you can still create multiple GPTs unless and until you're on the plus plan, not the starter plan.
Okay. Yeah, yes. I'll have to check tomorrow. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Naveen.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just going to stop presenting so I can chat and get some more questions. So, okay, Zahir asks, there is no context sharing between chats within projects. Zahir, you're right about that there is no context sharing between chats within projects, but there is a hack wherein you can ensure that if you want a specific chat context window to be populated into your projects, you can now do that. But even though if there is no context sharing, sometimes I've realized that with projects, if you have shared a specific idea or some sort of information, you can still completely ask uh, ChatGPT to update that or like create a PDF and upload it to your projects.
That was actually a comment, I think, when you were trying to ask
Okay.
what are the different projects and GPT.
Right.
So
Oh, okay.
the question was, can you be in a project, give it context, and then have a custom GPT, and you can
Yes.
call the GPT to do work as well, right? So have you
Yes.
done that? Like you call it within specific projects?
Yeah, so I just showed that actually. I'm not sure if you were able to see it, but let me go through that again. So I'll just tell you, this is a project that I have created currently, which is a new campaign that I have run, which is called the 14-day feature release. Okay. Now, of course, as a 14-day feature release, we're doing some sort of like, we're releasing videos around it. So what I do is I will call the custom GPT over here saying marketing copy doctor. Can you write the script for the one to many operations release and give it the release document, which is over here.
Got it.
Yeah, so you can call and absolutely do the work. Similarly, if I have a project which is GTM specific, then I can call my GTM GPT and ensure that it is following the context over there.
Okay, I had just two quick follow-up questions. So one is, how much context you have to keep giving it for it to be relevant? Like you mentioned that you're giving ongoing some call transcripts, and what you use for that, in terms of a secure transcription service. And then the second thing is what integration, because I think I see Grammarly. So what other integrations do you use to make it better?
Okay, so Grammarly is just an extension that I use on my Dia browser. It's not something that is integrated with my custom GPT. Now I'll tell you what. With custom GPT, what I do is I only share the context of that specific skill set or that specific task that I have given. And to simply make you understand this is, imagine I have or you have hired a copywriting associate, okay, a content marketing associate in your team. Now, what kind of context would you give to your content marketing associate? You would obviously give it context about your product, you would give it context about your company, you would give it context about your brand guidelines, you would give it a few examples of your previous press release, landing pages, blogs, all sort of rich content that you have created, right? You would give it examples of that, and you would basically make it resourceful and tooled enough that it can write content for any specific campaign. You do not have to give it campaign wise context, because anyway for your separate campaigns or projects you are going to be creating ChatGPT projects, so that window is going to be there in the project itself. But for that skill set, or for the for the associate or that sub agent to be able to do a specific task, you would have to only give it the necessary like skill set based or specific task based context. And why do I say that? Because uh, with projects what happens is every time you have to upload your brand guidelines. So why do you want to do that? Just make a custom GPT which has your brand guidelines, knows how you write the copy or the content, has all the relevant examples, and just call that in a project of a new campaign or a new project, and make it write that copy, ensuring that it is at the same quality or at the same level of your other copies or the kind of brand guidelines that you follow.
Great. So GPT is more skill, and projects is where you have majority of the context. So
Yeah.
they work better in that way. Okay. Any integrations in terms of Google Drive and all that you've done to make it smarter, or it's
Uh,
limited context good enough?
my GPT does not have Google Drive integration or anything of that sort. I do not think ChatGPT projects, if I have seen it correctly, has that capability. But within your projects, you can integrate it with Google Drive or uh, up till now we've seen only Google Drive integration, or we have done only Google Drive integration. So I can do that in project, but custom GPT, I don't think there are integrations currently possible.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Deepa ji asks, I have a question. Let me know when I can ask. Deepa ji, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Nupur.
Yes.
Yes, after attending your first session or one of the session, I realized, and we learned a lot from your, especially Mr. Gupta.
Right.
And we implemented this philosophy of AI first. So my team is enjoying it, and they're actually doing better now.
Right.
I have a very different question from the management perspective.
Sure.
The perspective is, uh, since you people are doing day in day out marketing GTM regularly for your product, so how many you generate on a day, and then you get a positive responses or nil responses, and then in a percentage wise somewhere, so I can create a benchmark within my organization as well, so that these people are also understanding, because anything measurable is achievable. So we can also take a leverage of your experience.
Right. So Deepa ji, there is no straight answer to this, and I'll tell you why. The kind of industry we work in, which is of course drone autonomy, drones in general, is a very different sort of a industry. There are multiple, nuances, layers to this, which is why we work a lot with our partner network as well. Uh, I don't think benchmarking our metrics is going to be the right way to approach this. Rather than that, what I would say is you should benchmark the kind of speed that your team is able to do, speed and maybe the number of output. So I'll just give you a very good example for this. Now
Right.
imagine, before using AI tools, your team, one of the KPIs for a marketer is of course the kind of content and how much content are you able to publish on a weekly basis or say monthly basis. So good benchmark for you to set would be that, okay guys, like pre AI we were able to generate one case study in 1 week, right? But with AI, what are you able to do? So if I had to give you an experience or an example of my team, my manager, she published 18 case studies within a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is a good benchmark, that, okay, before AI, we could only do one case study 1 week. Now we're able to do 18 plus case studies within a week and publish them on the website. So if you go to our website, you will see that we have almost 18 to 20 case studies that are live, which we published in just within a week. So more than the output, because that really is different, company to company, industry to industry. We don't work in a typical SaaS industry, so our benchmarks are very different, and in fact we don't have any specific competitors in this industry who have benchmarks as well. What we work more is on the speed and on the number of output. So the ideology is that everything doesn't have to be perfect, but how, like, with what speed can you do it, right? So that is why I actually showed the example of the 14-day feature release. We were able to launch one video every day. In typical pre-AI era, if you know, one video itself,
Very
so much time you have to shoot, you have to script, then that scripting goes through multiple reviews. We've cut all of that, and we're like, we'll focus on speed, how much we can get out as marketeers, and that is what has been the entire push behind this initiative as well.
But just a one follow-up question. With this acceleration, what you achieved, and say from your input side towards the posting
Right.
creation, what is the market acceleration you could achieve in terms of response from the universe? Like, are they really responding the same way, the way we are accelerating?
Okay, that's again a very there's no straight answer to this. Now I'll tell you why.
Some experience, some observation, because you have been doing it for a
Right.
long time.
Mhm.
So how do you feel like over the time, initial 1 month, 2 month, we felt like this, after 6 months, something is like,
Mhm.
okay, fine, we started feeling it. There is
Right.
a nip in the bud, but something happens because we are all
Yeah.
humans. Ultimately, we observe.
Okay, so there are two aspects here in terms of, so as marketing at Flightbase, we have two aspects. One is of course the lead gen bit, which comes under our ABM, GTM, etc. And then one of course is our brand marketing. So we are big on brand marketing as well, if you see, right? So if I had to quantify our brand marketing itself, I can tell you that the like because of the way we have published content and the kind of rich content we have published, the kind of inbound queries that we get. So initially what used to happen is we had to filter out a lot of inbound inquiries, and some of them used to be like not relevant for us. They were not even MQLs for us. But now if you see, the kind of MQLs we get itself are very high quality. So that is one change that I have observed, and I think that is purely because of the content richness that we have developed using AI or ChatGPT, and because of the way we're able to give it so much context and then generate a very good quality output, even if it's not perfect. But yeah, this is one change that I have noticed. In terms of lead gen, I can tell you that initially, because there was no AI tools that we were using, the kind of lead gen we were doing was very inbound focused, not outbound focused. So now what has changed is we're actually experimenting with outbound, that my team was like not ready to touch, and they were like, we don't have the bandwidth. But now with AI, we do have the bandwidth, and not just doing outbound like any other, not any other, but like how traditionally outbound has been done, but like actually being able to do personalized outbound, wherein you're researching about every company that you want to reach out to. If you've attended one of my previous offline sessions, I had showed how using GenSpark we are able to find right relevant people that we want to target and reach out to, and write personalized emails to them. So I think, yeah, that is another change.
In fact, we are in the same page. We
Yeah.
also experience the same way, because the way people are responding, because it's a very precise, small content which is very much concerned to their function, role, and the organization industry. Very specific, which to be precisely creating such a small 3 to 4 liner, and with so much of precision,
Yeah.
covering each and every aspect of the
Right.
communication. It was a bit difficult, rather more difficult, but now it is easy because of
It's
multiple.
quite easy. Yes, absolutely. I think
In
that
fact, we are also experiencing same thing, and I think it's a good way, as a community. We keep growing and we'll keep learning.
right, absolutely.
Thanks for your inputs.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deepaji. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Sumit asks, if I understood correctly, custom GPT can be shared with others. If I have a plus plan and have created a custom GPT, can it be shared with others who are on a free plan? I think yes, absolutely. You can share it, because once you create a custom GPT, it is available to anyone with that specific link. Of course, it depends on the one who has created the custom GPT. There are multiple controls. You can have it like, if I had to quickly show you again, let me share the screen. Okay, I'm already sharing the screen. Great. So if I had to go over here, there are multiple controls you can do. So If you want someone who's on the free plan to use it, you can just put it on the GPT store actually, so that people can use it from the GPT store. If you want people within your organization to do it, I think you should go with anyone with the link. And let's say someone from your organization does not have a paid plan, they can still access this GPT, but there will be certain limitations. And of course, this option makes your custom GPT private, which is not shareable with anyone. So there are a few controls I can think you can play around with it a little and try it on. Since all of us have paid plan here at Flybase, I've not encountered a situation as such. Maybe if there is a limitation, you'll know if you try to share it with someone on the free plan.
Sure, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so as Anand currently said that you can share a custom GPT to public with link or private. So I think, yes, pretty much possible. Ravikant has 2 questions whenever my turn. So guys, we're about to be on the ending of this session. So if you have questions, we'll just quickly wrap it up. Ravikant, you can go ahead and ask me those 2 questions.
Okay. Thank you, Nupur. I think the session was excellent so far. Quick 2 questions. The first one is, like custom GPT in ChatGPT, is there any other platform like Cloud or anyone who is also offering custom agent?
Yes, so if you use Claude Code, you can actually create sub-agents. Now, Claude Code is a little overwhelming, but I can say it's definitely easy if you sit and learn it. But it has to do a little bit like with like vibe coding. So with Claude Code, you can actually vibe code and make your own sub agents, which can perform tasks for you. So if I had to give you an example, there are some people in my team who have created sub agents with Claude Code for making proposals in docs format. So now what they do is they go on a call with a customer. They understand their requirements, and if they want that specific proposal which is tailored, all of the context is fed to Claude Code already, the Claude Code sub-agent. Now that sub-agent, all you have to tell it is to go and create a custom proposal for this specific company. Here are the call transcripts. That sub-agent will get triggered. It will go make the proposal and give it back to you. So yes, Claude Code also has the sub-agent's capability.
Got it. And
Yes.
maybe would you have a view in terms of existing any other tool like Cloud Code you mentioned versus ChatGPT? Which one is giving better outcome?
Honestly, I personally feel that it's all about the way you use it. Both the tools have their own strengths. Like for example, with ChatGPT, I personally feel like the content output is much better. That's why as marketing team, you try to use ChatGPT for our content. But for some people, Claude works well. They are able to pull off great content with it. So it's all about you use. I don't think there is a very straight answer to, that ChatGPT is great and Claude is great. Of course, both of them have their own prompting nuances and capability nuances. So sometimes your prompt or the kind of context that you're able to share itself makes a lot of difference for both the tools. Yeah, and it's very personal to everyone. I feel there's no clear-cut answer to this. Like I see a lot of posts on LinkedIn where people claim that ChatGPT is great for this, Grok is great for this is great for this. But I personally feel it's all about how you use it. Yeah, great. Okay, I think that wraps up all our question and answers. Thank you guys for joining us again, and I hope I was able to add some value. So yeah, I'm just going to share a screen once again.
Cooper, can you just share the screen, please? So guys, I hope you might have learned something new today, and you will try out soon hands-on on your home afterwards after this session as well. You can join our community as well, where we share the AI hacks, AI news, and everything related to AI. So you can just scan this QR to join our WhatsApp community. And we also have a YouTube channel by the name AI at the Flight Base, where we upload the recorded sessions of this Thursday sessions, as well as the Saturday sessions, which we do offline in our office at the Flight Base Pune. So if you don't know, we have been doing this two kind of sessions, one online session on every Thursdays on 7:30 p.m., which recording you can find on YouTube as well. And we also do offline sessions on Saturdays where you can get all the details in the community itself. So you can just join the community where we also share much more info about AI and all, and you can be updated what's been happening in the AI in past 24 hours, weekend, all. So yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Great. Thank you guys. Have a good night and good night, good evening, good day based on wherever you are currently. And please join us for the next session. Thank you so much.